Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video and to the next episode of Weird Disney Cars products. I've done 2 episodes on Lightning McQueen, an episode on Mater, and an episode on Luigi and Guido, but of course that still leaves us with a bunch of main characters. So I've decided to split this next episode up into 2 parts, covering weird products based around the cars of Radiator Springs. Today specifically we'll be covering weird products for Sarge, Fulmer, Ramon, and Lizzie. So, let's get started. Sorry if this episode doesn't have as many products in it as usual. It's just that these cars don't have as much merchandise released for them compared to Lightning or Mater. Heck, even Luigi and Guido had a surprisingly large amount. And also, 2 days from now on Sunday, at least 2 days from when I'm filming this, I'm going to be going to California for a week. I'll be going to Disneyland. So, who knows, Cars Land is there, maybe I'll find some weird products there. I wanted to release at least 1 episode of all of my major series before I left, and since you guys have been loving weird products and I love making them and finding all these weird products, I decided it's about time for the next episode. Up first here we have this little Sarge statue. I've seen these all the time at like Hallmark. They're just these little statues of these cute little kids doing whatever, and Disney, I guess, has a licensing deal with them, so you'll find ones of them, like, in princess dresses or whatever, interacting with the toys in Toy Story, things along those lines. And they decided to make some for the Cars movies, which didn't turn out too well. Here's what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, have them sitting inside a Sarge. Sure. Alright, yeah, it's cute, whatever. You got the little kid in, like, army gear, which, I mean, that's kind of weird. It's a little kid in army gear riding in Sarge. I like what they've done with Sarge. You know, they put seats inside of him. They've made him like an open roof, no door Jeep. So, you know, at least they put care into the design, made him look like a Jeep that someone would actually be sitting in. Except, I mean, this kid is huge compared to Sarge. He's totally taking up both seats. Actually, there's only 1 seat there to begin with. It also says Radiator Springs and then a 6, so it's probably 6th in the series. I remember seeing some of these for McQueen and especially Mater. I don't know. Something's just off with this. Do I really have to talk about these? Seriously? Alright, fine, whatever. Yeah, of course they'd make Cars 3 fidget spinners. Cars 3 released right, like, in the middle of the fidget spinner trend, or actually a little bit, sort of when the trend was dying out, I'd say, in summer of 2017. So yeah, of course they'd release a set of these, right? They made Lightning, Storm, Cruise, and I do like how they made some of the Radiator Springs Townies. I do like the background designs. I like the fact that at least Sarge and Ramon have updated Cars 3 pictures. Fulmer doesn't. He never got an updated model picture. But yeah, of course, right? I'm sure these were super easy to make. Just slap a picture on there, just add a little design in the background, whatever. I mean, heck, these were everywhere. I even had one. I don't know where it went. But then the fad died out. And so many companies had made their own fidget spinners with their own designs or whatever. And they were just put on clearance because the trend had died out. And that's really why it's so difficult to release anything related around a trend. The trend is going to die nowadays with how quickly these things come and go. Alright, let's use that spinner of Fulmer to transition into the Fulmer products for this episode. This is the Ambulance Fulmer from the Tomica Cars diecast line. I've been wanting to get my hands on some of these for quite a while. They're pretty interesting, as they're in 1/64 scale, which is the same scale as Hot Wheels cars. So they're a little bit smaller than your average Cars diecasts. And they had their own whole, like, fire and rescue line. It was weird, man. It was really weird. Sally was an ambulance. There were, like, firefighter diecasts, too. I believe Luigi and Guido were firefighters. It's pretty interesting. Maybe this will be something I'll look into in future episodes and show you guys a few more of these. But yeah, Fulmer was an ambulance. I guess it kind of makes sense due to his general shaping. But on to the next Fulmer product. Why is his roof so wide? This is plush Fulmer. I think it was probably released for Cars 2. Yeah, probably. I don't know. as per usual, something just seems off. Of course, these plushes can never capture the full details of the cars, and Fulmer has so many intricate details. This one simplified it. I do like how they simplified it, but again, the roof really ruins it for me with how huge and wide it is. This is the Jada Fulmer. On a much larger scale, these cars, which released in 2016 and 2017, were awesome. And I really wish they were still being made to this day, but they're not. I remember seeing these in the stores at around the time of Cars 3, and I never picked one up. Then I saw this Fulmer at a store a few months ago in January. I found them in multiple Targets, and I really should have picked one up. It's definitely something I regret. But, you know, this isn't all that weird. It's a die-cast car in a larger scale. It doesn't seem to have anything wrong with it. It looks like the character. It's accurate. What's wrong? Well, there's nothing all that wrong with how this Fulmer looks. The weird part about this weird product is the lineup released for the Jada Cars line. The first wave included multiple McQueens, the normal Cars 1 McQueen, Gyneco McQueen, and Cruising McQueen. So, and all of them also had an alternate variant that was a bit more expensive with a tire rack. So, who else would be in Wave 1? Maybe Mater, Sally, Doc, Luigi and Guido, Chick Hicks, the King, Fulmer, and Mac. Those are the only two other characters released in Wave 1, and by the time we got around to the next wave, it was the next year, 2017, and Cars 3 was out, and Cruz and Jackson Storm and a few other McQueens were released for it, as well as a Cars 3 map. It's really disappointing that the only other main character from Radiator Springs released in this line was Fulmer. A pretty odd choice, but then again, he's probably among the easiest to make shape-wise. You know, he's a van. There's nothing really too special about the shaping of the car, whereas Mater probably would have needed some special molding for all the little intricacies, and his cable. I don't know, just something interesting to think about. Moving on to our one Lizzie product, because Lizzie barely has any merchandise, which I guess makes sense, you know. You can't really do all that much with her. But this was a Disney Parks Lizzie Pin holding ice cream. Ice cream is huge. I think it's actually parked next to her, and you could get this with like some special ice cream thing in the Disney parks. I'm pretty sure this isn't a thing anymore. I'm not even sure where this was, but this was a special ice cream cone thing called the Pin Trader Delight. Includes 2 scoops of ice cream, your choice of toppings with whipped cream, Mickey sprinkles, and cherry, and it includes a limited edition collectible pin. Notice the other pins in the set. They're really weird. Like, they're only secondary characters. You're not going to find a Mickey or a McQueen or any, like, major characters in these. I searched through, like, a bunch of different pictures of these sets. They're really odd choices. You could see the Queen from Brave, Timon, Mortimer Mouse, who's, like, this minor, or, like, tertiary character in the older Mickey Mouse cartoons, and he's come back barely. And then Lizzie. I believe there was also one of these made for Guido. It's very strange that they only picked minor characters. Then again, it's like, oh hey, yeah, you're getting an exclusive Disney pin. Here's one of a character you don't really care about. And from that pin, we transition into another pin. Let's move on to Ramon. And this pin, trust me, it is smoking hot. Yeah, not much to say here, just kind of odd. It's a license plate that's a smoking hot. That's not even Ramon's license plate. Did they ever even call himself Smoking Hot? I'm sure he did, like, once or twice. Just such a weird choice for a pin. So many of these pins are so weird. But nothing says weird pins like the next pick. Turns out Luigi and Guido aren't alone in the series of weird, souped-up, drag racing Radiator Springs residents. Here we have Ramon and Flo. As you can see, Ramon has a customized attitude, and Flo, well, vroom. Yeah. Why are there more of these? They're so creepy. They're very oddly drawn, and they're so over the top. I don't really understand the appeal here. I mean, sure, yeah, kids love fast cars with huge engines and big flames and everything. But Ramon and Flo? I mean, Luigi and Guido, honestly, I feel like those are still weirder, but Ramon and Flo? You made a, like, supercharged, souped-up drag racing variant of a car whose motto is low and slow? Our final entry comes from a toy line only spoken of in legend. Few have seen these. and those who have dubbed them Smack and Yak. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, yeah, obviously I made up the whole part about it being a legend and nobody seeing these, but these are called Smack and Yak. Look at that tag. This was a green Ramon. It says, "Smack me, I talk." What a bad tagline! Smack me, I talk. So, like, if you hit it against something, if you hit the plushie against something, it'll say a phrase from the movie. Smack it. It talks. I'm just gonna leave you guys with that. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye now.